flowers that blossom. Got the enemy toppled, I got the energy, turn it like 20 more notches. I've been trusting the process, no other option really is bigger than me. Got infinity stones inside of me deep, and I let the chakras speak. I will not retreat, you can never compete, your flesh is way too weak. I've been dealing, building, shedding skin till I make my way up. I'm mocking, stepping, repping, flow electric, time for the wake up. Got rid of them leeches, weakness, ain't no breaching, God is beside us. Still ride with a in the fleece, I'ma up my piece if you trying to divide us. Still count my blessings, lessons, by confessions, go to the high up. These ain't come from the cloth, we different than breed, could never deny us. I'm removing the scales from my eyes, I see through the lies, they pop. Piper, warfare with spiritual force, just fighting the demons, really for lifers. I was stuck in the state of me trying to survive. I was ready to rise and ready to thrive and cut off the poisonous ties. Ain't no heart in the game, but even the courage we live in the wizard of eyes. Get the money and change, we ruin the vibes and checking and jiving. In a turbulent time, and we need a spiritual teaching to keep us alive. No more selling us lies or selling beside me while the enemy hide. Yeah, I'm feeling a change in order. Treading dangerous waters. The demise of falsely idols. Get exposed through cold and morals. Ooh. I get the remedy, God is the centerpiece. Pray for my enemies, pray for my enemies. I get the tendency, you kind of I've been dealing, building, shedding skin till I make my way up. I'm mocking, stepping, repping, flow
From beautiful South Florida, there's a look at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami. And tonight we start Week 9 with a good one in primetime, as it'll be the Baltimore Ravens taking on the Miami Dolphins. Just about set for a start. Happy to have you with us, and we are underway here on Thursday Night Primetime. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. And this is not the way to start a drive. That didn't take long to see our first penalty of the game, did it?
We always talk about everyone wanting to get into the game in a hurry. The officials did as well.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Now with just 1 second showing on the play clock, we're going to get a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Jackson, first play, going to throw. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. It's a solid pickup of 11, and it's second down. Here now, 2nd and 4. Lamar going to give this down lead. And not much there at all. Maybe a yard up to the 43. You talk about this Miami defense. Well, they played extremely well last week in the win over Atlanta.
Have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw. They ended up getting 4 sacks in the game, stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire time, made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers down the field.
And that's what they told us this week, that pressure on the QB is key. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Normally on third down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. Jackson going to keep it. Cardinal sin there, thrown back over the middle, and it's intercepted. And the Dolphins are going to take over at their own 30-yard line. Well, it's no secret he's had trouble this year with interceptions, and this is a bad start for him. First drive, throwing another pick.
No matter who's broadcasting his game, that's how the conversation begins. Throwing too many interceptions. Can he take care of the football? If I were his backup, I'd be edging towards the coaches and saying, hey, how about giving me an opportunity?
2 yards on the pickup there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line.
Ready.
Off the play fake, here's Willis. Man open, that's Deebo Samuel. They'll give him 4 yards there, and that'll bring up a 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd and 4.
Now an audible here into something else.
18 Rattler.
Here's Willis. That's over the middle and caught by the rookie. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue their drive.
Right back to Bell, and it's caught once again. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And that'll give them a short yardage situation here for 2nd down. And now the Ravens are going to take another timeout. And that's their 2nd charge timeout here in this 1st quarter. They're down to 1 remaining.
Cowboy 80.
They'll run. Here's Devon. And he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's no gain on the play, and they'll remain a few inches shy of a first with 3rd down looming. Here comes 3rd and the length of the football. Play fake. Here's Willis. He'll try to pick it up himself. Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take over at their own 30-yard line.
Parker, I think this will want to ride very simply because he overestimated his arm strength and his ability to fit it anywhere he wants to. A lot of quarterbacks do that and often pay the price.
Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. And he brings it back to right around the 26-yard line.
Well, it doesn't take a whole lot of investigation to figure out why they're still sitting at 0 on the scoreboard, because their quarterback's got to wake up and start reading defense a heck of a lot better after throwing his 2nd interception.
18, Pioneer. Ready, go.
Willis will look to throw it. Open man is Samuel, complete. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch. And that's going to bring up 2nd down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Ravens' 21-yard line.
Back to Deebo Samuel for consecutive catches. And a couple of yards as they move it from the 21 to the 19. They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here.
3rd and 2.
Trap 60, trap 60. 70 Ranger, 70 Ranger. Riggs. 79 Broncos. Ready.
Now Willis. That is caught. Touchdown. A great effort there with his first career NFL touchdown. And the Dolphins take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. So that's the rookie's first trip to the end zone, and I think it's safe to say one he'll always remember.
Oh, without a doubt, that one is going to be imprinted forever. And nowadays, we're seeing rookies make a greater impact at that position at receiver than ever before. I think mainly because of the sheer volume of footballs that they catch in college.
Touchdown now. It's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
Line of scrimmage, the 24. This is 2nd and 6. Throwing is Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. It'll go as a gain of 4. And now that sets up 3rd and 2.
You talk about this Miami defense.
They've been pretty solid against the pass. Toward the middle of the pack, number 14 in the NFL.
So I'm prepping for this game. I kept asking myself the question, what's keeping this group from being top 10 in the league against the pass?
And
too many mistakes, especially little mistakes. And those add up into big mistakes. Big mistakes add up into points against you.
On 3rd down, Ali. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. After 7-0 on EA Sports.
Real quick.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. A short throw caught by Andrews. And he'll be taken down, but he does have 1st down yardage. A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert.
At the 44-yard line.
On 1st down, Randall. And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, no matter how they phrase it, staying on schedule, staying ahead of the sticks, whatever you want to call it, 7 yards on 1st down, that fits the bill.
To throw is Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Andrews. And he's got another 1st down as he's brought down at the Dolphins' 31-yard line. The Ravens get a new set of downs, give them 17 on that pickup.
It's a gain of 17 yards. 1st down, Baltimore.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Ali going to try the right side. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. And trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
To It's another zone defense. It looks like it's open for possibilities, but they did a nice job patrolling the middle of the field and forcing an incompletion.
It's been a pretty long drive. This will be play number 9, and they need 10 yards out of it on third. Oh, for the third time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And he'll take it across midfield to the 46-yard line. A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect we'll go to the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
Back to throw, Willis. On the RPO, he'll keep it himself. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
The 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4. At the 23-yard line.
From the gun, here's Willis. Touchdown, Dolphins! A great play there. With 2 touchdowns on the season, both in this game. And the Dolphins have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And it's good to make it 14-0. Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one. It's through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They're looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together and say, all right, guys, we're going to lean on you through this patch. We need you to get us back on track and get us going in the right direction. So you're calling plays geared to them. Not necessarily that you look at your plays, oh, this hurts the defense. I want the ball in the hands of X, Y, and Z and see if we can move forward.
So don't get too cute. Go to the playmakers. Jackson from the shotgun. Well, that'll be incomplete. Well, he took a shot as he let that go. And it's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Well, the incompletions on 1st and 2nd down, it certainly seems like a reflection of what we've seen so far in this game. The defense, quicker to the punch so far. Let's see if they can get something going here on 3rd down.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Straight ahead they go with Ali. No gain on the play there. Nice job defensively. And it likely forces a punt situation on 4th. On now is Ty Zentner to punt. Back deep is Tutu Atwell. They punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It's been a good first half so far. They're up 14-0. Points here, they could really put them in command before intermission.
Yeah, and it's all well and good what they're seeing and how they're feeling right now. But this is the NFL. How many times have we watched 14-0 leads evaporate and quickly? So how have we seen them combat it? Continue to run your offense, but don't back off at all. Don't start looking at the clock. Don't start thinking about, hey, just take care of the football. Keep attacking. Usually the best way to maintain control.
This 2nd and 4.
70 ranges, 70 ranges. Get it.
To throw, here's Willis. That's complete to Jalen Hyatt. And, he takes a shot at the end of that play. The start for them near flawless. Defense gets them a 3 and out. 2 quick pass connections on offense.
So that's how a team works together. Just what you described. Get them the ball, give them a little momentum, and they're capitalizing off of that. Thanks a lot, guys.
Here we go. Cut. 19, 17, Timberwolves. Buffalo 18. Panther 11. Panther 11. Ready?
Now Willis to throw. Caught here by Bell. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50.
19, 18,
Here's Willis. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far. But on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
He connects with Hyatt. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
And it's a real luxury when you have a guy who can turn a short throw into a solid gain at any moment. Once he caught that ball, he ID'd where the open grass was and got there in a hurry to pick up a new set of downs for his offense.
He's into space past the 25. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Devon Achane. His 6th touchdown of the season. And the Dolphins will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Gonzalez to add the PAT. And it is now 21-0. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. Shifts by him. And good starting field position. He'll get this one all the way up to about the 35-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 35-yard line.
Quick, ready?
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot. I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
Second and 10. Not wanting to take a chance this time. They'll keep it on the ground. And he'll push forward here for a good little run as the clock continues to run. Ravens going to use their third and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. Yeah, the Dolphins beef up the secondary here as they look to stop them on third down. Now Jackson. Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. A good pickup, but it will come on what should be the final play in this first half.
First and 10 at the 39-yard line.
In motion left, Bateman. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a first and 10. get this right out of the locker room? An onside kick attempt. The Dolphins in front, and they'll be in possession of the football first as the second half gets started. A very interesting call and one that backfires. I know they're losing, Charles, but boy, to start the second half with the onside kick, risky.
Felt like a sense of urgency from their side, coupled with, you and I both know the special teams coordinators, they sell their key plays each and every week to the head coach, don't they? And I'll guarantee he's been selling this one. We can get it, coach. We can get it.
And the Raven pressure too much. Down he goes. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
19 at the 44-yard line.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
A run straight ahead with Achane. He'll get 3, but it leaves him with a big hole here on 3rd and very long.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
We'll see where they go for this play call. Obviously tough in this spot, backed up. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, he still makes a catch, even though it was tapped by the linebacker. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Here's Bradley Pinion now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. Yeah, this is a high kick, but it's not going anywhere. It's just a 30-yard punt that time, no return. And the Ravens will take over. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
No gain on the play there, 2nd down.
At the 23-yard line.
It's hot. What? They're in.
From the gun, Jackson. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A big one there for the Ravens. It goes for 18.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football. Right now, I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
It's hot.
Now it's Jackson. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers, 59 yards. And the Ravens get a bit closer. That's a score you felt they had to have here in the third quarter to get back in this game.
And you know that there was an emphasis on their side. Hey, we know this. We know where we are. But sometimes that binds you up so much that you try too hard, you don't get the score. A perfect combination of urgency, yet relaxed enough to get it done.
Extra point splits the uprights. And they'll cut the lead to 21-7. Now after the touchdown, Luke back out to kick this one away. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Their lead down from 21 to 14, but still sitting in a great spot. Up 2 scores here in the third quarter. He's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
Brings up 2nd and 7.
70 Lions, Hawk 70, Hawk 7, Dragon 60.
Willis. Now he'll dump it underneath to his running back, complete. And he'll be brought down shy of the 40 at the 38-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Dolphins first down.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Now Achane on 1st and 10. Oh, he's got a little daylight. Well, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 40 yards rushing for him now, and he's only carried the ball 4 times.
Most of their damage has been done through the air. I mean, they've rung the bell 3 times with passing touchdowns, but guess what? Ground game has not been neglected. Nice little burst right there.
Here's Willis now off the play fake. And this turns into a nice gain with a slide at the end. Opted to run for it. The decision a good one. Picking up the first, getting 14 yards on the scramble.
The defense did its job of taking away a quick throw, but that's only half the battle, because they've got to get to him before he can make a run for it. A little bit late containing him there, so he makes a nice gain out of a play that looked like it was in trouble.
They'll run on first down with Moss. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. Trenton Simpson firing in and sticking him for a loss.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
A rare misstep on that last play because the drive has been strong, but now it's 2nd and 12. To the right side and intercepted. And the Ravens are going to take possession here at their own 3-yard line. So a potential momentum shifter there, working with a 2-score lead, third quarter, but that, not the smartest of throws.
I would agree with you on that one, because this game is still very much in the balance. It felt pretty one-sided to this point, but now, if these guys can turn this turnover into points, things could start getting a little more interesting.
After the interception, here's Jackson. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already, and it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
Thanks for joining us here on a Thursday night in the NFL. Third quarter, 2nd and 10 coming up. Jackson. That one into the hands of Flowers. And he gets us up just shy of the 15. Fourth quarter coming up here on Thursday Night Primetime. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. So still backed up, but the situation not as dire now. 1st and 10 at the 14. Here's Jackson to throw. That's caught. It's Flowers. Down the left sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Zay Flowers with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Ravens have made it a one-score game again here in the 4th. Now a big play here as the Ravens are going to go for the 2-point conversion.
The Ravens will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Jackson here is going to look to throw. And he will get into the end zone to cut the deficit down to 4. So they go with a pass there on the 2-point try and able to convert it, Charles.
And a good job by the offense figuring out their 2-point play and using it well. It's interesting how people are using the strategy nowadays, though, isn't it?
It really is, and I don't know how much that particular play factored in, but with the PAT moving back in 15-16, that kind of changed things, didn't it?
It's really a part of everyone's strategy now. When I talk with coaches and when we sit with them, they always talk about they actually have 2-point periods in practice now, something they never really did before.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They've been asleep for a little while on this side of the football, Charles, and the score is just a one-score game now. Haven't had any points this half. What gives?
Let's go old school here. All right, let's get back to the basics. Get back to running the football, high percentage throws. Find the guys that eat pressure and make plays for you and make sure they touch it.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go. 60 Eagles, 60.
Up the middle, Etienne. And he's going to get this one down near the 45-yard line. Stopped by the safety, Kyle Hamilton. 2nd down and 8.
2nd and 8.
Play fake. Here's Willis. Short throw to Smith. Fighting through at the 25. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. 22 yards there, a 1st down.
Well, that should be a reminder defensively, and I think it's a reminder to myself because you just can't sell out to stop the run. There's still enough time that this offense can move the football through the air, even on 1st and 2nd downs, and they obviously picked the right spot to throw the ball there.
Top low 18. 70 Rangers, 70 Rangers.
Back to throw, Willis. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
Now a 2nd and 10.
70 Timberwolves. 19 Tiger.
Now Willis. It's caught. Smith. They'll get only 3 there, so it leaves them with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Viking 18. 60 Maverick. 60.
Again, Willis to throw. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And the Dolphins are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Big hook up there, forced to throw it on 3rd down. The connection's going to keep the drive alive and also keep the clock moving.
Yeah, and from a defensive perspective, didn't get a sack, didn't knock the ball free, didn't break up the pass. The clock keeps running on you. You're
under pressure, down he goes. Sacked at the 10. credit that sack to Travis Jones.
At the Ravens' 10-yard line.
Let's go, let's go.
Moved back to the 10. They'll try on 2nd and goal here.
It
Looks like they'll move things around here.
Eagles, 60 Eagles.
And they'll give this to Champ. And he is going to lose yardage here. The tally there, -2 yards, brings up 3rd down.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Past the 60.
Willis on 3rd and goal. They set up the screen. Achan has it. And he is going to lose yardage here. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Ravens take over 1st and 10 at their own 28-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here.
Larry. What? Larry.
Jackson. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
This offense has had its troubles moving the ball all night. So now you get in this situation, hard to imagine that suddenly they're going to start clicking and moving the ball downfield.
Here comes 2nd down. A handoff here to Ali. And room to run as he's out past the 35-yard line.
Brandon, all things considered, they have to feel pretty good about getting that type of a game, considering the blitz that they just had against them.
What a kickoff to the week this has been. Now a big play. It's 3rd down. They'll go back to Ali. And he won't be close to a 1st down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage.
It's 4th down.
Here we go on 4th down. And trying to push his way forward, but I think he's going to be short. And he is short. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
It's a turnover down.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Willis to throw. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Namdi Matabike. Make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with 65 seconds remaining. And the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Up the middle, it's Edwards. And he's going to have to protect the football and take his lumps here at this stage of the game as they stop him behind the line. The Ravens going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as they get it with under a minute to go now in the football game. Facing some long odds here if they hope to convert as they're well behind the original line of scrimmage.
60 Eagles, 60.
Here's Willis. A bullet throw, but incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. Here's 1st and 10. Throwing, Jackson. Connecting with Andrews. And he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. Not a big window to throw. Coverage wasn't too bad there.
Yeah, they had him under wraps pretty well, but somehow able to muscle his way open and catch the ball.
Jackson. Yet again, targeting and finding Mike Andrews. And he gets this up to the 34 out of bounds there. Well, they need to score, and score quick. One timeout remaining. Final minute, 1st and 10. That's into the hands of Flowers over the middle. They'll come up now on 2nd down. On the give, it's Ali. And that could be a killer. He'll lose yardage and tackle inbounds. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout, as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. This definitely 4-down territory at this point, but a critical 3rd down here. And unable to connect, incomplete. I'll give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
That means it's just one last chance left, and this has to be a 1st down or a touchdown, or this game's over.
No choice but to go. Here's 4th down now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And they'll start with great field position at the 41-yard line.
Is a turnover on downs.
Not saying 19. Come on.
Willis to throw. Now he'll tuck this and run. That one complete down the field to Smith.
And one of the whistles for a timeout. So they'll stop the clock here in a game that's been decided in the closing seconds. The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. That one looks like he'll throw here. This is caught. Touchdown! A 7-yard touchdown grab. And the Dolphins have extended their lead to 15 now here in the 4th. He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big play to get him down close, and then he delivers a touchdown pass on 1st and goal.
And you mentioned the big play that got him down close. I think that big play left him reeling a little bit. They didn't recover from it, and you know they always talk about having to have a shot.
Willis throws another interception, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Trent Simpson.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28.
The Ravens take over 1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
One last shot for Jackson. Now a run here off the RPO. He'll keep it. He's going to let it fly. And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Tyreek Stevenson picks it off. And the Dolphins come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is now officially over. So it's a win for the Dolphins here, and it was Malik Willis, CD, their quarterback, who really got the job done.
Yeah, if this was a hockey game, he'd be the #1 star of the night without a doubt. He finished with 4 touchdown passes and just seemed to get stronger and stronger as the night went on.
So for Miami, it's an important win for their postseason hopes as they at least get back to 4-5. And they'll get a few extra days to get ready for next week. Meanwhile, for Baltimore, things are kind of getting ugly as they drop to 1-7 now on the year. And they'll be off to Minneapolis next week for a look at new U.S. Bank Stadium and a date with the Vikings. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports.